what's happening this week? This week, we're going to check in and see what's coming and what's going on in your life right now. So, today's Pick a Pile reading is going to focus on what is it that you need to know and where is it headed this week. Hi, I'm Kathy, and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's in the Cards Divination. As I said, this week we're focused on what does the week have in store for us? What can the cards tell us about that? And in doing this, we're going to have a pick a pile reading, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So you know the drill. And for those who don't, pause the video and think about pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and see which one speaks to you. Go down into the description box below. There'll be a timestamp for you, and you can then listen to your reading. If it doesn't resonate, don't worry about it. Don't make it fit. There'll be another one coming, or it's just not for you this week, okay? So stay tuned, and I'll see you in your reading. Hi, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. So let's get started on this. What is coming this week for you? Let's just have a look. We'll see the overall energies for pile 1. This deck is really hard to shuffle. It is very nice, thick cardstock. This is going to hurt. That's the name of the deck. Okay. Let us see what the overall energies we're dealing with pile 1 mainly this week, right? Okay. Let us see. Now, there we go. This card seems to be. And it is the 9 of Cups in the reverse position. So what it is this week you're not getting necessarily what you'd hope for. That's the overall energy around pile 1. It's like nothing feels like it's going the way you'd hoped it would, whether that's at home, at work, or just in your daily life, all right? That's the overall energy. Now, let's pull some cards and see where that's going. All right, my friends, let's see. Oh, we have the 10 of Cups in the upright, which is always a lovely card. But when you pair them together, what do we have? You have a situation possibly around your home. It could even involve your actual home not feeling right in your place. In other words, maybe you're dissatisfied with the house you're living in. Maybe it needs some paint. Maybe it needs some fixing up this week. It's about creativity, not quite going the way you'd hoped. So some of you are actually doing the work this week, but you're not happy with the results. That's kind of where that's simply going. Whether it's a paint color choice, an addition, or on a bigger level, for those of you who are asking about a love situation, it's not exactly what you'd hope for. It seems like it's not living up to that ideal of the perfect life you'd hope. The white picket fence, little house, and 2.5 kids and car and everything. So for those of you emotionally that are concerned, that's what this week. Now, on a mundane level, as I mentioned, it's all about even projects you're working on. They're just not getting done this week. Maybe some of you are working from home and it's not working. You've got the kids that are bugging you and whatever's going on. Maybe you're not able to get the work done the way you'd hoped. It's just not successful. So that's the first of the scenarios this week for pile 1. What else do we have here? For some of you, and it's in line with the 9 of Cups, we have the 6 of Wands in the reverse. Okay. Some of you are actually spending time this week on your own. You're not even seeing anyone. You might stay at home this week. Like I say, work from home, and you're not even in the office. You're not even available. Other people are just looking at criticism from others. You feel like all that you've been working towards is being scrutinized by other people, and they're not providing you with what you need, whether it's on Facebook, on social media in some way. it's showing that they are critiquing something you've done, something you've created. For some of you, it could be as simple as maybe you put in a garden. Maybe your flowers, everything else isn't looking as nice. Somebody made a snotty comment. That sometimes can happen. But regardless, you're not successful. This week, you feel like, for some of you, it's like, I just can't seem to do anything right. Okay, let's move on. See what else we've got going on here. Pile one, sort of a dissatisfied. Let's pull Kipper and see what Kipper has to say about this week. What else is going on for you? There we go. Let's get that pulled for you. All right. So, first card, the courthouse. All right. Some of you are trying to make a decision this week. And obviously, because it's the Nine of Cups energy in the reverse, you've been frustrated. It's not quite, again, not going the way you'd hope. The courthouse can also refer to actual court situations. For some of you, maybe you've got some kind of settlement going on and it's not going anywhere, or it's not going the way you'd hoped it would go. Sometimes what we want isn't always in our best interest, and it isn't necessarily go the way we'd hoped it would. You know, it's like when you wish for a particular scenario to play out, and then it does, but it's not. It's not what you'd hope for. It's not exactly the way it's good. All right, so that's the courthouse. What's the next card then? Imprisonment. Ooh, put those two together, and what do you have, right? Somebody going to jail. It's possible. Now, that's the literal meaning of these two cards, is going to jail due to the court case. But imprisonment can also refer to situations in your life this week where your hands are tied as far as what you can do. There's only so much you can do. This week might be a week of delays where you haven't exactly, you're not able to move forward in that particular situation that you want to. And maybe it's just because, you know what, we're so busy all the time that sometimes, yeah, we just don't have a choice. We end up not getting what we want in the end. Now, bad health. Ooh, you don't want to say bad health. Some of you obviously could be sick. It's not a long sickness. This refers to a short sickness. Some of you could be stressed out. Yeah, exactly. This could be work. Some of you may be on a stress leave, a break. Maybe you've quit your job because things are just too difficult and you need that time off to get well. Okay. It also refers to a situation in your life right now, Pawan, where could potentially be toxic and bad for your health, bad for your mental, physical, overall health. It's kind of like, be careful what you wish for. You might actually get it and you don't want it. Okay. Again, that's what I'm referring to. It's like, this card, the Nine of Cups energy, is all about getting what we really want in life, what we really hope for. Unfortunately, it's in the negative position, so you're not going to be, but it is in your best interest. Spirit's got your back. So you could run in some snags this week, Pawan, in whatever you happen to be doing, it seems. Let's see what else we have here. We're going to pull a time card, see what numbers are important. Or days of the week even, or dates. Let's see what we have. All right, what do you want to tell Padawan? All right, we've got the number 10, 10 weeks, 10 months, 10 days, something's coming. So for those of you who possibly feel it's days, even though it doesn't say days on here, or the 10th day of September, or whatever 10th day is coming up when you're listening to this video, I feel like that's when it's going to change. Things are going to actually come around. They're going to improve. Right now, this week doesn't look so great, but 10 is important. For those of you who are Capricorns, this speaks directly to you. And for those of you who are Capricorns, this most likely, for most of you, is definitely your pile, your reading, okay? So let's say 10th of a month, 10th day from now, when you're listening to this, it looks like those restrictions, I feel like those restrictions will lift and perhaps this bad health card will then go away. Who else needs to know? Let's see, what do we have? We have times of life. You reflect, the world reflects you. So in other words, this too shall pass. It's just a moment in time. So if you're feeling really frustrated and angry and things aren't going your way this week, chalk it up to next week, week after will be better. Okay. It's just these things happen sometimes and we have to just get through them. It could just be on a mundane level, like, eh, today's a bad day. Maybe tomorrow will be better, right? That's how it usually goes. What else does Kipper want to say? Unexpected income. This can work both ways, but because I have a negative card, the last card I pulled, it tells me somebody has to owe some money and it might be overdue. You perhaps didn't pay a bill, whether it was through ignoring it or just because you didn't have the money. Or maybe you lost the bill, the notice, whatever it was. It didn't come through in time, and you have now sitting here with this bill to pay, right? It's like, oh my gosh. Anyways, that's the unexpected income card here, along with bad health. Unexpected income for some of you with the courthouse. You're going to be getting a settlement this week. The overall energy, though, again, is the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So sometimes it's like you're not necessarily getting exactly what you'd hoped for. I've got the wrong card here. Let me pull the unexpected income. I apologize. With the courthouse, along with the Nine of Cups in reverse, you might win the case, but it's not what you'd hoped. Okay. For some people, it's not going to bring back a situation that went bad. Like if you have to go after chasing after somebody for money, if you have a business, it's not, you might get it. Then there's other steps involved that you have to go through in order to retrieve that money in particular. And imprisonment with the unexpected income card tells us that your funds this week for a lot of you are really tight. Don't spend this week as much money. Just do the things you need to do. Pay the bills, get your groceries, do the important stuff. Don't go overboard. This is what it's telling you. Your income is restricted this week for some of you. Yeah, the cards are pretty clear on this. And as well, you may even have bills, as I said, that, or you owe somebody money, you can't pay them back. This is what this is referring to. Okay, what else should we see? Let me pull another card for you. I'm going to just get out my other deck. Just forgive me for this. All right. What else can they tell us? I'll pull two cards. All right, what have we got? We have the Eight of Wands in the upright position. Yeah, there we go. And we have the Five of Pentacles upright. Okay. Yeah, this is exactly what it's telling us. For most of us this week, there's going to be messages of bill paying. There's going to be some poverty, it looks like this week for a lot of us. It's just not a week that we have any extra money. Maybe you're between paydays, people owe you money. You're trying to get a hold of somebody to pay you, or they're trying to get a hold of you, and potentially you've been ignoring it. See how she has her head turned away, right? Oh, sorry, I apologize. She has her head there. She's buried her head. Don't bury your head. Don't ignore them. Better you should respond and say, I'm sorry, this week's bad. I can't pay it. How about next week or when I get paid or whatever the situation is, make sure you get that done. Those responsibilities are important. And it also shows good faith in who you are. You're a bill payer or whatever you owe. Okay. For some of you, this could refer to travel. Okay, it's possible that you just don't have enough money to go on the trip you'd hoped for. For some of you, you had wanted to fly somewhere and the airfare might be too expensive and you can't do it. It's just not feasible and you're feeling really shitty about it this week. So for some of you, that's pretty specific, but traveling in any form, especially by air. Now, as well, it's also telling me some of you are feeling left out this week, whether it's from your friends. You're also, I just heard this, you're ignoring social media. This card represents sometimes social media, and you have decided you're taking a break. You're going to ignore all the negative chatter and you're just going to enjoy your life this week. All right. Okay, my friends, I hope that resonated with some of you. Even if it just resonated with one, I'm happy because it's in the cards and it needs to be told. And it's important for those people to hear what they need to hear this week, what's coming. Okay, doesn't look too great, but that doesn't mean necessarily it's huge things. It appears to be more annoyances, setbacks, delays, financial annoyances, or difficulties, even. For some of you, it could be on a bigger scale, some of you on a smaller scale, but that's what this week coming up is about, Pile 1. So I'll leave that with you, and I look forward to seeing you in my next reading. Bye for now. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. All right, let's get started. Let's see what the overall energy is going to be like for you this week. All right. It's just, these cards are so thick. It's hard to shuffle. We will do our best, right? All right. What can you tell us this week for Pile 2? What is the overall energy going to be? All right. Let's see. We've got this one coming out here. It is the Seven of Cups in reverse. Okay. So what this overall energy feels is like the choices that you previously had about your life, about situations this week are gone. And that could be because you've made a decision. Maybe you've picked something, or maybe you've had to get back to reality on a situation. So that doesn't carry a lot of information. So I'm going to pull a card to see what goes with it. And then we'll see the real answer. Okay. Page of Cups in the reverse. Okay. This week for Pile 2, some of you might be dealing with a very immature, moody person, younger person. When I say younger, it's possibly a teenager, 20s, child even. They are just not happy this week overall. And I feel sorry for anybody that has to deal with that. But I feel like they have, what I'm hearing is for a lot of people, the choices that they had about their schooling is not available. Something about their schooling they wanted, choices they wanted to do. Maybe they want to go into a certain type of career, university, college, whatever the case is. I feel like they are frustrated this week and moody and really not handling things very well, even temper tantrums for some of them, because they feel like all their choices have gone away. They don't have any choice on what they can do this week. So it might be a week for them of sitting back and just waiting to see what happens. Let's see my other choices up here. All right, let me see now. Let's pull another card, Pile 2. All right, the King of Swords in the reverse. Oh boy. Now, not only is it you might run into some people this week who are very critical about your choices you've made in the past. There could be a male energy, definitely male energy. He's actually being a bit of an asshole. Sorry, hate to say it. He thinks he knows best. He thinks his opinions matter, and then you don't want to hear it. So I feel, unless this is you, which I hope it isn't referring to you being this King of Swords here. If it is, try to be a little more understanding this week. Things look like maybe this person is the King of Swords seems to be upset about not just the choices you've made in the past or critical of, but of the It's like you dropped the ball. You waited too long to make a decision, and now it's too late. Okay. It's like those have passed you by, those particular choices or opportunities that you had. Okay. In some cases, that's good, but in some cases, it's bad. Okay. Unfortunately, you're going to be listening to this person this week, and they're a wee bit grumpy with you about it. So, whether it's a husband, it's definitely a male, friend, coworker, yeah, not good. Maybe, I mean, also hearing with respect to a work situation, I'm hearing it's possible that in your job, you didn't make some good choices as far as what particular project you're working on, what your actual, in your actual duties, what you're working on. I feel like maybe you went ahead on your own and made a decision about something, and now you're being criticized about it. Something to that effect, okay? It's like there's this definite walking on eggshells feeling here with this King of Swords in the reverse. All right. What else do we have here? Top two. Holy cow. Five of Cups in the upright. Somebody's feeling really upset about it. Some of you are actually in a funk. Could even be in a depression. Like it's like, I, what am I going to do now? That's the question I'm hearing. It's like, what the fuck was I thinking? That's another one. Those questions this week could be foremost in your mind, Patu. It's like, how could I have pissed away those opportunities, those chances of doing the right thing or doing something I would like, whether it's going after a particular job, maybe you dropped the ball. It's also in relation to someone in your life. Some of you, when it's relationship this week, it's actually about just feeling you missed out. You missed out on something, and it's really, you're really upset about it. Okay. This can also just be on a smaller scale disappointment. It may not be a huge depression or anything. It's just, I'm feeling really crappy this week because of I had all these chances. Um, and dreams and goals and things I wanted to go after, and I didn't do it. And now look at what's going on. That's just this week. That's not forever. It can also even be just choices you've made, even on a daily mundane level. Um, Maybe for some of you, you decided this week, I'm going to undertake this big project around the house, and it's not going well, obviously, here. Okay. So let's look further. It all seems to be negative this week for pile two. Let's see if something positive comes out of this. Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So again, another male energy, definitely. Could even be a father figure for some of you. Is not very happy with, it could be a boss, this King of Pentacles, about what you've decided to do. They feel that you took too long, you procrastinated. There's issues about money. This is the money, and you were not spending, yes, spending. You were not spending or looking after your money properly. But then again, they're not exactly the best role model. Okay, so if this is a father figure and they're being critical to you, this is all, then you know what? Maybe they're not exactly the best role model in their money situation. A boss, I would say he's on your case this week. Maybe you've wasted some time and you didn't get a project done and they're really pissy about it. So, unfortunately, pile two is really causing some problems. Okay, so with that overall energy of the Seven of Cups in the reverse, it can also be referring to things that you might have dropped the ball on or let go of or didn't take advantage of. But as I mentioned before, that can be a good thing, right? So let's see what else we've got. We'll see what Kipper says about this. Maybe there's something Kipper can give us on this. Okay, so we have community. Okay, so what can we say about the community? I'm going to pull another card. What do we have? Oh, great fortune. Hey, so that's exactly what this is. It tells me that for some of you, Pal 2, what you didn't go after led to something better. Okay. You've also had great support from people. So it's the total opposite of the other readings with the tarot. This is actually a good thing for you. It worked out for the best. As I say, sometimes not going after something is the better option, right? So you are getting a lot of support from people in your family or your area, your local people. It's like that worked out for the best. I'm hearing some of you actually are working in the community and it led to this. In other words, it led to a better job. Okay, I'm supposed to have this upside down. And so in the end, it actually worked out for the better for you, this particular scenario. Okay, so let us see. What else do we have? Poverty. Okay, this week, along with, and that's pretty basic. I would say, like I said before, a lot of you are feeling making excuses, like you didn't have any choice in the matter. But in reality, you took too long in your head to think about what you wanted to do. So some of you are now lacking in literally in finances, which is never something you want to see because of not making those choices. Now, let me see what else we have. I'm going to pull. Yeah, we'll pull two horoscope cards as to who these readings might really be pertaining to. All right, we have Capricorn with, it says, the number 10, perceived success. So this is could be, these readings could mainly focus around Capricorn people, either you're Capricorn or the people you're dealing with are Capricorn. And finally, Sagittarius, people who have Sagittarius. Okay. Now I'm going to find a timing. So the Sagittarius is either you or somebody you know that is this Page of Cups, King of Pentacles, or King of Swords in these situations. All right. And sometimes we don't always know the horoscopes. I know that doesn't always help. But even the month they're born. Saggies are born end of November to the middle. No, yeah, little the middle to the end of November to the close to the end of Christmas, December. Capricorns are, again, middle, they're just after Sagittarius, so they are December 22nd people to January 19th. Saggy people are November 23rd to December 21. All right, let's see what kind of timeline we're looking at here. 2. Okay, so it looks like the number 2, whether it's the second day of a month or of the week, maybe Tuesday, if you're going on a work week. If it's not, then it's a Monday, potentially, if we start on a Sunday. All right. Not everybody starts on the same day of the week. So 2 is important. It does say 2 days, 2 weeks. That could also be another indicator. In 2 days, in 2 weeks, you might be facing some of these issues, which I'm sorry to say. And finally, let's pull 2 more tarot cards, possibly 3. Let's see what we have here. All right, we have the Magician and the 6 Cups in reverse. Okay, so for some of you with this reading, it tells me that despite the energy of the 7 of Cups in reverse, where you feel like you missed out on something, I feel like it's going to come back to you. I feel like the opportunity may come back based on this is usually this is something from the past. So if this week something doesn't go well and you feel like you missed out on it, I feel like going forward, something else could come back to you. It's going to manifest. And that's the Magician right here. And you have the skills and the ability to deal with it and to be successful in it. Okay. Um, some of you are stuck in that mindset this week about, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that, the shoulda, coulda, as well. Let that go. All right. It's here to tell you that don't let yourself be stuck. You can get yourself out of it with the Magician. Just move forward. Forget about, stop regret from the past and remorse. Let it go, okay? All right, my dears. I don't know if this resonated with anyone, but I certainly hope it did, pile two. And I'd love to hear comments if it does. And I look forward to seeing you in my next reading. Bye for now. Hi, pile three. Welcome to your reading. All right, let's get started and we'll see what the overall energy is like for this week for you. And again, as I mentioned in the introduction, if it doesn't resonate, it's not for you. Don't make it fit. All right. Let's see. What's the overall energy this week for you? Oh, Seven of Pentacles in the right. Somebody is waiting for something this week. Let's see what it is. All right. The Six of Pentacles. Money, money, money. Somebody's giving you some money this week, whether it is payoffs from an investment, could be dividends maybe for some of you, or in some cases, somebody is going to be very generous back. It looks like in the past, because of the overall energy, you put in a lot of effort into something, okay? There's been a lot of work and hard times maybe, as well as, and it appears to be more financially related for most of you. You've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and now it's finally paying off. That's a great news for this week. Let's see. Maybe some of you need to receive some kind of check in the mail from something. We love to hear that, don't we? Okay. Ooh, the Tower, but in the upright. Now, I don't always see this as an extreme negative, especially when I'm reading on something that's so close. For some of you, it could come as a real shock. In fact, I'd say most of you, it's not a bad thing necessarily. I feel like whatever's coming your way, you're not expecting it, even though you have been waiting quite a while for whatever is supposed to happen. And the Tower signifies, wow, it's going to blow your mind. Okay. Let's see. What else have we got here this week? Ooh, strength in the reverse, though. Okay. So because it's the Tower is generally considered, and well, it is. There's no question about that. I don't always read it that way as a negative. I've seen it come up when it was just something that you kind of went, "Ooh, oh my gosh!" But it wasn't like, yeah, it wasn't life changing. But it can be. That's what the Tower usually signifies. Something that is shocking. Something. So I would go so far as to say this situation is so shocking that it actually takes away, it drains away some of your, it sucks the life out of you. And I don't know how that could be as far as the other cards are positive. But sometimes if you're waiting, for example, for somebody to help you and you don't expect it, it's like, holy crap, they're there, like something comes out of the blue, in other words. Something's going to like whether this money or somebody's going to just help you shows out of nowhere. In fact, I would even go so far as to say when you are feeling at your lowest, potentially this week, and you have no more energy left, that's when it's going to happen. And it's like you're going to feel like it's come out of divine. I prayed for something, one of those moments. It's like, holy crap, I prayed for help and there it was. Okay, let's see. What else have we got here this week? For some of you, it will be with respect to the Queen of Cups. She is so sweet, so loving, so caring. For some of you, this could be a mother, a grandmother figure, an elderly person. Either you're helping them or they're helping you, but you're getting such huge payback from this situation. And when I say that, I don't mean financial. I mean that great feeling you get when you've really done something, not needing anything back in return, right? So the Queen, she is the one represented here that is so much involved in this situation for some of you this week. And it just feels like maybe for some, it's a situation at work You've been waiting to hear. Maybe you've been trying to get help on a particular project. Maybe you've been just wanting to hire somebody. The Queen of Cups can represent maybe the HR person who's really helpful, really wonderful. But in most cases, this is probably a mother figure in your personal relationships, okay? It can be an auntie, it can be somebody that you feel is like a mother to you, all right? It can be step, anybody. And if it's your partner, your spouse, because it's definitely a female in this case, she, it's like this person is like an angel, okay? That's how they're perceived this week. It's like you, maybe she just, you know what? She came over, gave you a hug when you needed it, helped you on a certain thing around the house, a project, something that's been bothering you, you've been waiting a long time. And for just some of you, she's just simply a really kind and wonderful person who's going to help you this week on a basic level. Maybe she is in the public sector and you suddenly get out of nowhere. There's this wonderful person in in the stores or somebody that's helping you that just seems to come out of nowhere and give you the help you need. Okay. There's a lot of good people out there. And even when we go out and go shopping or whatever we're doing, we think that they're not, but they are. Okay. Okay. So let's see what Kipper has to say about this too. Let's see what Kipper has to say. Adjudication and, oh, lovers. Okay. So for a lot of you this week, this could be just getting some advice from a friend or from a professional about a situation, not necessarily because of the lovers, is it about your relationship? It could just be a situation that it's important to you. You put a lot of care and passion into, okay? So when I see the adjudication card, oh, let me do it this way for you. It often refers to either an outside third party that is unbiased, it can give you help and advice. So this week, for some of you, this Queen of Cups could very well be the person who provides you with this really loving and helpful advice that you needed and you've been waiting to hear about, okay? It's taken a long time, all right? Let's see, what else do we have? And a change. Okay, a change. Some of you could be moving this week. Some of you could be buying a new car. Somebody just changing vehicles. Some of you just might have a change of scenery. Okay, it's good. This is good. This is a positive. It's not a bad thing, and it could be from a big, huge, actual physical move all the way down to just getting out and going for a drive, my friends. Okay, so let us pull the horoscope cards to see who this affects more than others. I mean, it can be anybody, but these are the two horoscope signs that I'll be seeing. Aries, March 21 to April 20th. All right. So if you're an Aries, or maybe the Queen of Cups is an Aries, you may be dealing with Aries people this week, born in that month. And this is the 1 week card or 1 month. So it appears that the situation may only last the 1 week that we're reading on, or it could even go up to a month's time, right? Okay, let's pull another horoscope. Sagittarius, November 23rd to September 21st. If you're a Sagittarius, or maybe the Queen of Cups is, could reference them. It also refers to 9 weeks and 9 months. This could actually be referencing for those of you who might be pregnant and find out this week, obviously, or maybe you don't find out because you're not going to find out that first month necessarily. You might have some inkling, but this could be referencing 9 months for a baby for some of you. All right, and now finally, let us choose this last card here. All right, we have got the 11 days and 11 weeks, and listen to friends. So if somebody is giving you help this week, as I mentioned, listen to them. Listen to their advice. Listen to what they want to do. It's telling you, it's verifying. It's also verifying 11 days, 11 weeks as well. So Last but not least, let's pull these tarot and see what the week holds for some of you. My dears, pile 3. Wow. What's coming? All right. Felix, the 3 of Pentacles in the reverse and the Page of Wands in the upright. Something new and exciting this week you were wanting to get started on, but you're not getting any help. The 3 of Pentacles in reverse is they've dropped the ball. It's like you're stuck doing everything, all the work. If this is a work situation, that's what it appears. It's like those people are not giving you what you need to do this week. And it's time to ask for help. It also feels like a little too excitement with the idea, but not enough actual work put in. So you need to hunker in and get the work done, even if you had to do it yourself. But it might take a little longer, obviously, if you do it on your own. But I feel very strongly this, for some of you, this is the total opposite about getting help. This is that where you don't get any help, but it tells me reach out and ask for it if you need it this week. All right. So pile 3, I hope that made some sense to you and resonated. And leave me a comment if it does. I'd love to hear from you. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.